Morning, boys and girls, morning or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you're in the world, morning or good day or good evening.
Good day.
How's
Yeah,
it going? Welcome back to our corner of the internet once again. Yeah, I'm Tochi,
I am seven.
period. And today we have something very exciting to share with you. Another song that I'd say we've been dying to do as well. Like
Yeah.
we've been dying to do it since we sort of, discovered the song together.
Yeah.
Yeah. At so for back context, I mean, this is a channel where Alex and I, Seven and I, just explore elements of our personalities and ideologies, and basically how we process things. And some of this we do through music and social issues and just anything else in between. Yeah, if you're a first time viewer, do well to check out our channel and the other contents that we have. We have quite an array of them.
And
It's too
now,
long to mention, but honorable mentions, maybe we could say Seven by Taylor Swift, Hit the World by Gracie Abrams,
The Marvelous Orange Tree by Deaf
Deaf Heaven,
Heaven,
Running from the Chase by
Truth
Truth
Club,
Club,
and
Renegade Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, The Book of Love. It's just a
Red by
Red
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a lot
So,
of them at this point. We can't keep count anymore, which is quite a good thing. So yeah. In the absence of anything else, we'll just let you know what we have for today, and you guessed it right, or you might not. You actually might never guess this one, or it's
yeah,
actually one of
because,
my own personal favorite albums. But this song is from Alex's playlist,
yeah,
and it is
I'm doing another Taylor Swift song. So, this
periods.
is Peter by Taylor Swift.
Peter by Taylor
Yeah.
Swift. God,
So,
love.
yeah.
Just a bit of side, whatever. I love any song that Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner get to work on together. It's usually my favorite song to look
Mm,
forward to or process or whatever. So, and this is one of them. So yeah, let's get right into it.
um,
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader, in closet like cedar, preserved from when we were just kids.
okay.
Let's get into it. This is quite
Yeah,
a
so
lot, so let's get into it. Yeah.
So, first, she's apologizing to this character, Peter, my lost fearless leader. So, this is immediately. So, the first thing I noticed is the song is kind of drawing reference from the Peter Pan. I don't know if you're familiar with Peter Pan.
I've heard so much about it from Cardigan to whatever. So I know Taylor draws from that
Yeah.
story a
So,
lot.
uh, Peter Pan is a fictional celebrity.
Period.
Yeah. He's a character, children's character. He, the special thing about him is that he has been a child since forever. He doesn't grow up. And
Mm.
he's the leader of the Lost Boys. So they live in this magical land called the Neverland. So so how I picked all of that is this fearless leader, because
Mm.
yeah, lost fearless leader.
But I really love the idea of also like her opening the song with
Mm,
a sort of apology. It's dramatic. It has some sort of pizzazz to it.
yeah,
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless
fearless
leader.
leader.
It's giving this sort of hero, like it's giving a sort of hero like this like a sort of film, where
Mm-hmm.
you're apologizing to someone who is like so. I don't know. I just can't really paint a picture. But I
Mm-hmm.
really love the idea of like say, forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader.
Okay, yeah. So she's apologizing. So
It's so
my
poetic to me.
yeah, my lost fearless leader. It's also painting the picture of somebody who kind of led her into something.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just interpreting that line as that, like a leader leads you into something, a situation or
Mm-hmm.
something. But let's see what the rest of the song
Mm-hmm.
has to say.
So I'm wondering this in closet like cedar preserved from when we're just kids. What could that like mean? In closets like
Like cedar.
cedar.
Mm. So I get cedar usually signifies or symbolizes something old. So if it's locked in a
Hmm.
closet, it's like it's giving me. I think it's something just left, something old
Hmm.
left somewhere. It's like forgotten,
Hmm.
preserved from
When
when we
we're
were
just
just
kids.
kids.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
like she's saying that so good, like forgive me, Peter, my lost feeling. So it's like this somebody she was very fond of before, or like they were
Mm-hmm.
like close together, and maybe they had things that sort of tie them
Oh,
together. And
yeah.
then since this person got lost or disappeared or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, these things have been that way. And like the closets or clothes or
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Yeah.
that is in the closet or whatever has just sort of been tucked away like that. And
Yeah.
you always sort of remember it from when you guys were just kids from years ago. Is this something I
Yeah.
did?
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I see that. I see that. Hmm. I like how the song is progressing already. So, let's
Yeah, is this something I did? The goddess of timing once found us beguiling.
begin.
She said she was trying. Peter, was she lying? My ribs get the feeling she did. Okay,
Oh,
we could take that little by little, I guess.
yeah. So,
The goddess of timing once found. Okay, I mean, is this something I did? I think that's like sort of maybe a sort of rhetorical question
yeah,
ish. So I'm not sure that there's
yeah.
much to it. Let's not over psychoanalyze every single word.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, it's a rhetorical actually.
mhm.
So
But
I
the
guess
goddess of
it's a form of like when you're confused about something,
mm-hmm.
somebody's action,
Mm-hmm.
you start to
Mm.
question your
Am I the
own.
problem?
What? Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So like, let's just move on. The goddess of timing found us beguiling. The goddess of timing found us beguiling. So I think this is a personification of fate. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is how I would interpret this. Fate finding, you know how at the start of something new you can feel like it is fated. It's
Mm-hmm.
like because everything is just feels like um it's aligning in some way.
Mm.
You know how you can you, you see a couple and you just like with the way just synergy and everything you say
Mm-hmm.
like they look good together,
Mm-hmm.
they flow well together.
Yeah.
So this is like a personification of time of fate.
Mm-hmm.
At the time there was a period when everything looked like they could like do this forever,
Mm-hmm.
like they were meant
Mm-hmm.
for each
Mm-hmm.
other. That
Mm-hmm. That's
is
the
fate
one the ones find us
finding us
beguiling. Yeah.
beguiling. So
Mm-hmm.
and then she was
And then
trying.
things start to look a bit different. And then
Yeah,
the universe tries or
yeah,
time or whatever tries,
yeah.
right?
So here what she's asking,
Peter,
Peter,
was
was
she
she
lying?
lying?
Like, yeah.
So it was. I think it's her like going back to those times where like
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah. Efforts were made.
yeah, it felt like things would
Mm-hmm.
actually like
Yeah.
go be well, look
Mm-hmm.
good. I mean, work out
Mm-hmm.
actually,
And then,
basically.
and then she's like, I mean,
Will
isn't
all of
that,
that ever
yeah,
was it
yeah,
real?
yeah,
Do we
exactly.
we imagine it?
Mm-hmm.
So and then my ribs get the feeling she
She
did
did.
that. Again the personification that fate lied sort
Mm-hmm.
of. So she's that's like saying um even if all of that looked like it was going to work out, she didn't actually believe it at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah. So
Mm.
so like it was
Why
a
use my
gut
ribs
feeling.
though? Why use my ribs?
So the ribs like it's like a gut feeling. Yeah, I think she's trying to
Oh.
express like a gut feeling of something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So um
And I didn't want to come down. I thought it was just goodbye for
for now.
now. Mm.
Mm. Okay, so let me unpack this one. So the Peter Pan character, he's always flying.
Mm-hmm.
His feet never touches the ground, and
Mm.
yeah, so his feet never touches the ground. And here, I didn't want to come down. I thought it was just goodbye
For
for now.
now.
So let me give you a backstory of the Peter Pan. So Peter Pan, he's this character that comes to the real world and
Mm-hmm.
picks up a girl when he has been in the real world before. But then the first time he came, he picked up a girl and they went to Neverland and had a, an adventure. And then he brought her back and promised her he was going to come back to pick her again for another adventure in Neverland. But the lady waited and grew up and got married and had children of her own. So when
Mm.
Peter Pan came back again, he didn't meet the first lady. He met her daughter instead. I don't know her name, the first lady, but the daughter's name was Wendy. So he
Mm.
met Wendy and for a moment thought Wendy was
The mother.
yeah, because he has forgotten what growing up felt like. So he kind of had this idea that everybody was just going to remain
The same.
like
Mm.
he remains the same. So um So that's a little backstory. So I didn't want to come down. I thought it was just goodbye for now. So yeah, um, so I think she's this emotional or this place that this fearless leader has led her to. She didn't want to let all of that go
Go. Mm-hmm.
because so I think this is a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a moment where we're talking about a break from
And wait.
something.
So when Peter takes her on this adventure, do they fly?
Yeah, they
So
fly.
I guess that's what she meant. But I didn't want to come down. Like I didn't
Yeah,
want to. Of
yeah,
course, when they're flying, it's when they're on that high and
yeah.
everything, and then you coming down or
Mm-hmm.
she coming down is like, okay, this is over. So it's more like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want this to
Yeah,
end. I didn't
exactly.
want this to end, but I thought when you said, "Oh, you're gonna be back," I thought it was just
Mhm.
temporal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You get it. Yeah, so
Mm,
that's what.
mm.
Yeah, I love the whole Peter Pan thing
Amazing.
here.
You said you were gonna grow up and then you're gonna
Gonna
come
come
find
find
me.
me.
Okay, it makes sense. Oh, it
Yeah,
makes
it makes
sense
sense now.
now.
Yeah.
It makes
So.
sense now, but it's also like sort of metaphorical for like, because I mean, I've been listening to this song since the past 2 years. One of my favorite songs,
Mm,
and I mean, I don't know nothing about Peter Pan or whatever, but I've actually just sort of related it to the song in like there's maybe a love interest or
mm-hmm.
whatever. I'm sorry to say, but like a lot of men
Mm-hmm.
who they don't grow, or people in relationships, partner, or whatever, don't like they act childishly
Mm-hmm.
in certain cases, and then they tell you that, or maybe things just don't work out between you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some kind of people that don't break up straightforwardly.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
would tell you that, oh, let me go work on myself.
And
Let's take a
then.
break. It's for them. They won't call
Mm-hmm.
it a breakup. They'll say it's a break. Let's take a break. Let
Yeah.
me go work on myself, and I'll be back. And would
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then in your head you're like, okay, maybe at a later
Mm-hmm.
year or whatever, you guys will actually like revisit this, whatever, and then live happily ever after.
Yeah, that is so perfect, and I love that she's using this the Peter Pan story as the
Mm-hmm.
metaphor for this actual real situation
Mm.
because in the Peter Pan story he brings Wendy back after the whole Neverland adventure and then promises her that he's gonna come back
Mm.
and like he's gonna come back and find
Mm-hmm.
her.
It's like
So
this kind of
again,
relationship, like that's kind of breakup that, oh, it's
mm,
not you, it's me.
it's me.
It's
I
not.
I need
I need
time
time
to
to work
work
on
on myself.
myself.
And then they leave you with this promise that they will
Mm-hmm.
come back for
Mm-hmm. And
you.
somewhere in
So
your head, you internalize it and you just sort
yeah,
of keep
you
that opening for them, like, oh,
exactly. Yeah.
someday. So you just live for the hope of it all.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
You said you're gonna come back. You said you're gonna come find me. You said you're gonna grow up and then you're gonna come find me. You say you're gonna go up and you then come find me. Words from the mouth of babes, promises oceans deep. This is so tea. You gonna take it, bro? You gonna
I
take it?
mean, go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is so tea. So when you say words from the mouths of babes, because kids be blotting out anything. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know what promises are.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
don't know the gravity of some of the things they say. The
Yeah.
kid can say, oh, "I'll buy you motor, I'll buy you house." They don't know
Mm-hmm.
what that means. They don't know the gravity of these things. So these people, when people say this, "Oh, I'm gonna come back," but for them, they're just saying
Mm-hmm.
whatever, because
Yeah.
obviously they're emotionally stunted. They're
Exactly. Oh,
emotionally immature.
thank you
They
for
don't know that
that.
those words actually hold weight. When you're telling somebody, at least someone who is maybe more emotionally mature,
Yeah.
that for them it's very heavy stuff that they internalize and carry on with their own lives.
Oh.
But you just say things. So that's what words from the mouth of babes. Children just say
Yeah.
things without understanding
I
the.
love this. So let's just backtrack a little. Where she said in the first verse where she said preserved from when we were just
Just
kids.
kids.
So it's giving me so I get the idea of like this is someone who is refusing to grow up from certain maybe ideologies or like just
I mean, you've already
certain
said Peter
things
Pan doesn't
grow
grow
up.
up.
Yeah, so that's why the whole Peter Pan thing is like very, very. It's like
So Peter is like a metaphor for someone who refuses to grow up, who never
yeah,
grows up.
or somebody who refuses to change.
Change.
Yeah, so it's yeah. So
So by that, you don't. I mean, when
mhm,
you by that you just say
yeah,
it, and
you
I think
have
we've talked about this before, whereby people just say or do certain
yeah.
things,
They,
right?
they promise to
They
change.
promise to change, other than even promise to change, they do certain things, and
Yeah.
you're like, are you a child?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's sometimes they make it look like you are the one overreacting. And I'm like, what you did is actually just silly. It's so silly. How are you not thinking about it like this?
Yeah.
So classic children, they do things without even understanding the consequences. So
Yeah.
it's a thing of maybe this person knowing that, okay, I might not be the most mature or whatever right
Yeah.
now according to your standards. So let me go work on myself and I will come back to get you. And then you internalize it and then you live for the hope of it all. But in truth, they don't mean it. They don't even know what that promise,
Yeah.
the weight of that promise.
I'm going to talk about a lot about the Peter Pan character because I think it'll help us like understand like this very, I mean, just put things in perspective because the Peter Pan character, so like I said, he's this character that has been a child since forever, so he doesn't really take things seriously. And Wendy would have to be the one actually cautioning. So in Neverland, Wendy sort of assumed this parental role for the Lost Boys group, and Peter Pan had been the leader for the longest time, but they were all immature. Peter Pan was the leader, but he was so immature, and Wendy had to be playing that adult role of actually taking care of, like being a parent to the group, basically. So, and then Peter Pan would make promises and like, but of course, as a child, he doesn't really understand the gravity of things. He would just say
say
things
anything.
to like placate the situation and then move on immediately.
So promises.
So-
So when you
this-
say promises, Ocean, the promises that
yeah.
actually are weighty, they
Yeah.
are very strong, but they are never
Because-
kept.
because these people don't understand the gravity of uttering some things,
Some things,
of making promises, and then
making certain promises in
making-
certain, giving
Yeah.
certain dynamics to certain situations.
yeah,
So such weighty promise that is never kept, and that is never even cared to be kept.
yeah,
Because they say promise is a debt, but to these people they just say things. Yeah. So let's move forward.
Yeah.
I think we spent a bit on that. Then verse 2. Are you still a mind reader? A natural scene stealer? I've heard great things, Peter. But life was always easy on you. I really love, I think this is more like that's when you've not heard from someone after a while. You'd be wondering if they still have
Yeah.
certain traits that they still have. Might not be from a bad place, just like that kind of, do you still
Yeah, you wonder about
You
them.
wonder about them. So it's that
You-
kind of, are you still
yeah.
a mind reader, a natural scene stealer? I've heard great things, Peter. That kind of, you might still be
Yeah.
hearing some things about them maybe
yeah.
also, but there's that core of like, do they still exhibit certain traits that they still do, whether good or bad? You just be
Yeah,
wondering.
are they still the person you knew, like the best parts of them?
Yeah,
Do they
the best
still-
part of them
do they
that.
still retain
Yeah.
all of that? So
So that I think that's just really it. So maybe in the case here, Peter. I don't know if Peter was a mind reader in the. I mean,
no,
in
no,
Peter
he
Pan.
was, he wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
A
so
natural sin stealer. I
but
think
he was a natural sin
sin
stealer.
right? So
So
I've
yeah,
heard great things, Peter, but life was always easier on
On
you.
you.
That
Than it was on
Than
me.
it was on me.
Oh, so yeah, because in Neverland again, the Peter Pan story in Neverland, Peter, there was literally nothing to worry about. Peter lived his life just flying and having adventures, no grown-up stuff to worry about. But like, for Wendy, on the other hand, there was always the at the back of her mind going back to the real world and going back to real life actually, and actually facing serious things. Yeah, so Peter gliding through life, like you're always in the air, your feet never touching the ground, things were always easier for you. But for Wendy, I mean, you live in the real world, things will always be you're grounded. Yeah. So things will always have
I mean, how I would interpret that line, like, maybe outside the Peter Pan thing, or how I've always interpreted it is, I always I always sort of imagine, like, when you say, but life was always easier on you than it was on me. When I think about, like, say, in a way that is personal to me, it's like how they've always seemed to have a much easier life than I've ever had. Like, say, from, background, where they school,
Yeah.
the things that, like when we're together, the things I had to worry about versus what they had to worry about.
yeah.
It seemed like life was so much more easier for them, and than it was on me. So I can always relate that to, like, someone who sort of seems to have a much easier,
Yeah.
a lighter background and
That-
childhood and all that stuff. And then for me, it's like I've kind of have to struggle. I've always had to struggle all my life.
Yeah, because you find people like that detached from a lot of things,
Yeah.
which makes it like when they make promises. So if you're someone who's actually very grounded, when you make a promise, you know you're tied to it, and
Yes.
that sort of becomes a burden for you. It's not easy actually to carry the burden of a promise. But somebody who is detached from that psychology, they can make big promises and actually just go on with their life,
Yeah.
forgetting that there is actually someone waiting on them. That never seems to bother them. It's
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, and sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies.
I'm going to take that as a
Okay.
block. So
Okay.
yeah, sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. So this is so the way the story has progressed now. They're both living different lives. She is the character that has left the relationship, and because of course she was waiting but no longer could wait. But as they're existing, their lives are crossing paths, and they're existing under the same moon. This is just basically lives crossing paths, and then from time to time you see bits and pieces, you hear about them,
Yeah.
and they just seem to be in your
Yeah. Orbit.
yeah
In a
somehow
way. Yeah, somehow.
So
But then you guys are like, we both did the best we could do underneath the same
Same
moon.
moon.
So it's more like when you're in your independent life, in your different lives, you on your own, you've done your best to wait as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then maybe Peter, wherever he is, maybe the reason why he hasn't come back is maybe he's doing his own best as well. There's that thing of also like sort of giving them grace, where you feel like, okay, maybe they are not back yet, or maybe they've not fulfilled this promise, maybe because they are doing their best, right? Because you don't sometimes just outrightly think, oh, maybe they never tried. Maybe you just think,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they are trying as well. Maybe just they haven't figured themselves out yet. You want to make excuse for people, right?
Yeah, you
because
do.
because you know that on your own part you're doing your
Your
very
very
best.
best,
Like
yeah, to be-
wait for them and be hopeful and all that stuff. And then you want to extend that grace, like, oh, maybe they're also doing their own best, even if they are not really doing their own best. So I
Yeah.
think that's sort of how I would sort of relate that doing the best
Yeah.
we could do underneath the same moon
Under-
in different galaxies.
under the same moon in different under the same moon in different galaxies. Under the same moon is in the same reality. In different galaxies is like but different worlds.
Yes, that's what
Different worlds. Their lives are
yeah.
like so different. I love that actually.
And then in the pre-chorus, she tweaked to say, and I didn't want to hang
Hang
around.
around.
We said it was just goodbye for now. So still in the spirit of that,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep just waiting. I don't just want to keep just hanging around like this. For how long, really?
Because actually we said it was just goodbye for now.
For now.
So
But somehow, that kind of, if I knew it was going to be forever, I would not want to hang around.
yeah, because at this point she's realizing that
Yeah.
this is no longer
Yeah,
It's-
just
it's
temporary.
taking
Yeah,
way
it's
too
taking
long.
way too long. So she's
So-
like, I mean, if I didn't know it was just, I thought it was just goodbye for now. If not, I wouldn't have wanted to hang around or whatever. I never wanted to,
yeah.
And then the chorus is
You see-
repeated. She
yeah.
said, "You're gonna grow up and come find me," as with or
We've
you
yeah.
know. And then we
The
get to the
bridge.
bridge, the main part. The main part is always the bridge. And I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn. Oof. As a man masqueraded, I hope you'd return. I know too much about this line.
Me too. Do you want to go first?
You go first. It's your playlist. I mean, I'm just helping you read
oh
out.
my god. So I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn. So Wendy used to do this thing where now because Peter promised to come back, so she would wait by the window with a burning lamp, waiting for Peter because Peter, he flies, he glides through the air. So he always came in through the window. And so this is a metaphor for waiting.
Earnestly
waiting.
waiting.
So it's like I won't confess that I waited. So it's like she's like I won't tell you.
Yeah.
I won't tell
Because
you. But
you want to deserve a sense of dignity and pride for your
yeah.
own self as well. So you can't admit everything to them.
yeah, I won't
Because
tell
really,
you.
because
but
really, it
yeah.
sounds stupid that
Yeah.
someone does all these things for you. And what do you mean you were waiting? That means you don't have work now.
It's true.
So you want to keep some mistake
Yeah,
to yourself.
because actually, it's kind of embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, yeah.
When-
Yeah.
So
It's not something you easily admit to them.
Mhm. As the men masqueraded,
I
I
hope
hope
you
you'd
return.
return. This is so real. This is so tea. because because in waiting for someone, a romantic interest, where especially where it ended at the point where it ended on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Something was supposed to continue, but this
Mm-hmm.
is a break.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have people coming around in your orbit, you kind of like have that wall.
You compare everybody to that person you're waiting
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
and some way somehow nobody
yeah.
just seems to meet your expectation.
Yeah, your mind is, what if you move on and then they
Yeah, and they
return?
return.
What if
Yeah.
you move on with someone new and like they return and you
Mm-hmm.
know you've never really moved on from them?
Mm-hmm.
So like you're just in that limbo.
Yeah.
You're waiting. People are coming around, but like you don't want to give anything
Mm-hmm.
new
You're
a
still
chance.
hoping,
Yeah,
living for the
because
hope
they're just
of
so
living for
yeah.
the hope of it all. And I love. I mean, again, I just really love how Taylor picks her words carefully. I love
Mm-hmm.
the idea of letting the having a lamp burn. There's
Burn,
something
yeah.
about burning a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just not sitting down. It's not just sitting down to to wait. There's something about really sitting down, waiting, and watching
Honestly.
the lamp burn. It's a
Yeah.
lot more detailed and layered, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot sadder as well. You know what I
Because
mean?
yeah, because when the picture that paints, when you're watching a lamp burn, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying attention to anything
Anything else?
else
Mm-hmm.
because you could actually be waiting on something and be focusing on other things while you're
Mm-hmm.
waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case,
Mm-hmm.
you're there
Mm-hmm.
watching this lamp burn,
Mm-hmm.
and of course,
You're oiling it.
oiling it, protecting it from the wind, the
Mm-hmm.
elements,
Mm-hmm.
making sure it doesn't like go out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The,
This
the
is
imagery this is giving me is like just like when you're
it's more than
grieving for the living.
yeah,
Ish.
more than waiting, holding
Yeah,
out.
like really holding out in earnest anticipation of
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
When you're letting the lamp burn, it's like maybe you're reading overnight, like in the
Yeah,
typical
yeah.
sense. So like there's sort of a level of intensity,
Mhm.
there's sort of expectation or anticipation of whatever it is. So you're not just it's watching a lamp burn is not just as easy as just sitting down to wait, And then as a men masquerade. And I love the words, lamp burn masquerade.
Yeah.
It's giving like sort of some old sort of storybook type thing
Yeah.
where the settings are usually very so I love the idea of men masqueraded. I hope you return. I hope you return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, because love's never lost when perspective is earned. So
Oh.
T, so
Yeah.
friggin' T.
So her saying with your feet on the ground is coming with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that
Learned.
you've learned. This is the hope of someone actually now being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So that being an adult is figurative in this
Mhm.
case. Actually coming back grounded
Mhm.
with things
Mhm.
things you've learned,
Mhm.
perspectives that
Mhm.
have changed.
You said you're gonna grow up
yeah,
and come find me.
exactly.
So
You're no longer gliding.
Mhm.
Now you have your feet now on the ground.
You're
That
like-
means you're in the real world.
like you're not flying like Peter.
Yeah. Instead of coming through the window, you're coming through the door.
Through the
now.
door with your feet on the
With
ground.
your feet on the ground. You're grounded. You've grown up.
Mm-hmm.
You've gained new perspective.
Mhm.
You're more mature.
Mm-hmm.
You're just
Mm-hmm.
Or-
And there's something about when you come back to someone's life, you're not just
Mhm.
trying to sneak in
Mhm.
or come back and act like nothing happened. You're coming back, and then again with your feet on the ground, maybe from the Peter perspective, feet on the ground, or even like sort of
Mhm.
maybe new. There's something about coming back with your feet on the ground and sort of even not just coming back, but telling people the things you've learned, key
Yeah.
learnings.
Yeah.
Incorporate key learnings
Learnings.
after certain events or whatever. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Key learnings. Oh, what have we learned from this situation? Blah blah blah. So there's something about not just moving past a situation like that.
Mhm.
I've experienced such cases where people, leave your life and they now want to come back and just want to come back without trying to address
Just waltzing.
just waltzing. No, it tells me that you've not learned anything.
yeah, and I think that's a bit insulting.
It's very
even,
insulting, and it just
because-
tells you that they're still kids.
Yeah. So this is
So
what that's what she's
So that's what
asking
she's saying.
here.
Like you coming back now is not just enough. It's you coming back, but at this time, I want to know. I want to know what you. I want to be sure you've actually learned. I want to show you're not coming back the same way you left.
Yeah.
I want to be sure that you've actually you finally come back learning something, and you're not a better person for
Person,
it.
yeah.
Because
'Cause
love's
it's
never lost when
when
perspective ends. Because
yeah.
really, is the perspective like you have to share. I have to know. Like you have to like giving me closure. You have to
Exactly. Yeah.
explain,
Exactly.
and that way, whatever I have for you, it's it stays when you give me this perspective of
Yeah.
all of all you've experienced and learned. So I have to earn I have to earn that perspective.
It's just a decent
It's just
thing.
exactly, it's like a decent thing to do. So I love that line because love's never lost when
When
perspective
perspective is
and
earned.
really
Yeah.
because I feel like when when you owe it to people you're interested in or whatever to explain things to them and all that stuff. When they've earned they earn that. You
Yeah.
have to give it to them.
Yeah.
That way their love, their trust for you
Mhm.
is more guaranteed, is more secure, is more
Yeah.
retained
Because
when you
yeah, because
yeah.
think about this, story. This is somebody who left, promising they were going to come back, and
Yeah.
then when you've had to wait, you get confused,
Yeah.
and then you're forced to move on
Mhm.
without any closure,
Mhm.
without you don't even know what's happening, you don't know why they never came back.
Mhm.
So imagine them coming back and just wanting to move on
Like that. Like no,
It's
like, we need to
impossible,
talk about some
actually.
things.
Yeah. So yeah,
Which is like my issue with like people in general.
because
We
yeah.
trivialize and like again, it's part of like that thing of coming back, just waltzing back into people's lives and not
Yeah.
even wanting to address anything is it signifies to being childish because as an adult, adults have hard conversations.
Yes. Yeah.
Adults have adults have uncomfortable conversation. But if as much as leave back out of my life, tell me, oh, I want to go work on myself, blah 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 blah, and then you come back and you don't want us to address or talk about anything, then it means you haven't grown. It means that you're not ready for actual serious stuff.
So,
Because
yeah.
this is not a teenage relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
As adults, right? That when certain things happen where we have to part ways, when we come back, we have to talk about them. Even not just with romantic lovers, even with friends as well. Like even you and I, right?
Yeah.
We had to talk about some things.
Thank you.
It had to-
Because
like,
yeah,
it
we
has
had
to
to
happen.
It was a hard conversation,
Yeah,
but that had to happen.
That had to happen.
And which
you
is
told
why
me some
we gain
things.
perspective.
Yeah, we gain perspective.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And that way, the relationship and the respect stays because that perspective has been earned. Else, if we don't talk about it, I'll still be like, that Alex, now what? You get what I mean?
True.
Yeah. So
because there were some ideas I held or some I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Same too.
when perspectives were earned,
you're shared and earned.
it just kind of like made
It just made sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about romantic relationship. It's also like say to friendship or
Friendships,
whatever
yeah.
it is, family or whatever it is. When certain things happen in the past, before, yeah, you can say, oh yeah, I'm back, I'm changed and everything. But before we move on, it's actually not out of place to discuss. I have someone like that in my family where things happen and when maybe they want to come back or this thing, they don't want to talk about the past. I'm like, well, I'm just like, look, no, it's not done. We need to talk about. You need to, what happened? What have you learned? All that stuff. It's necessary.
It
else,
is.
else you're just trying to dodge whatever it is,
Yeah.
and then the risk of you being the same person
Yeah.
is very whatever. So
And
yeah,
it just tells you that the person didn't
didn't learn
yeah,
anything.
anything.
It's
the
still
child.
words from the mouth of babes.
I really love that.
I love that line so much. Love's never lost when perspective is earned.
So
And you said you'd come and get me, but you were
were
25.
25.
And the shelf life of those fantasies as
I
I love that line.
I love it too. So this just like put things into perspective. Time has passed. Yeah, we had all of this. So we had all of these fantasies when we're together. We'll grow up, have kids, we'll have a home together, we'll build businesses and all that. We had fantasies, but time has passed. You went away. You promised you were going to come back. You didn't come back. The shelf life of those. I mean, how long can you actually wait for some?
Yeah.
So it's
Because really, I think everything in life has an expiry date.
yeah.
So
yeah, at some point you grow up. Even if you're still an adult, you can have fantasies with people.
Yeah.
And time passes and just changes things for you. You have to abandon those fantasies and actually face real life.
and how me I would like how I would sort of maybe relate it to myself as well, and you said you come and get me but you're 25. Yeah, funnily, I mean, when I first heard this song, I felt like even 25 is too old. To, like, I'm sorry, that nigga is never gonna grow up again. Because what do you mean he made that promise when he was 25? That is crazy. Because even at 25, he ought to have been mature already. So I think this is written from the perspective of an older woman.
Yeah.
Right. So they were younger when all of this happened, and then Peter said he was gonna come back, he was gonna work on,
grow up and come get
himself.
her.
And then maybe now for a woman in her 30s, 25 is young. Right? For a woman in her 30s, 25 is young. Or maybe at your mid 30s or whatever. Whatever someone told you at 25, I mean, for you it's like, wow, we're kids then.
Exactly. Imagine someone promising to come get you when you were 25 and then you're 30
like,
now.
You're 30 now.
Of course, you're not waiting for them.
Do you understand? You'll be like, I'm sorry, like you was 25 years old then. I mean, when you're 25, it might seem, I mean, sorry if you're 25 years old or below watching this, I'm so sorry. But trust me, when you're 30 or mid 30s, I'm about to be 28, and I can't tell you how 25 seems very young to me. 25 is actually very young.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's young. It's young, right? So when you say come again when you're 25, so it means that we're much younger than and everything. But at some point, I have to be real with myself.
Yeah.
And really, at some point, no matter how much fantasy and whatever you have, at some points you have to pack it up. You have to like wrap that shit up. Wrap that shit up and face the real life.
Exactly, because this is somebody who I'm somebody who is stuck in a reality or a psychological state where they're refusing to come out from, and you're having to face your own life. Some things become real for you.
Yeah,
you're no longer waiting by the window, waiting for somebody to glide in.
At some point, it becomes stupid.
Yeah, you start to look.
Yeah, at some point it becomes stupid because I think I was telling I was at dinner one day and I was telling some friends about my heartbreak at 17. They were like, "Joe, come off it. Please grow up." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I felt like, oh my god, so it means that now, at this my old age, I don't have any right to feel whatever, because I mean, at some, like the shelf life of that or that whatever.
Yeah.
At a certain age, you're expected to wrap that shit up. It's like that kind of, if you were 21, it would have been cute, but now you're almost 30. It's no longer cute. Please wrap it up. So I think that's what it's.
Yeah.
It's like the shelf life of these fantasies has expired. Wrap it up. Lost to the Lost Boys chapter of your life.
Oh, forgive me, Peter. Please.
Well, Phoebe Bridgers released a song recently called Lost
Boys.
Oh,
it was. I was trying to make the connection. So because I've actually not sat with that song, but the title of the song just
Lost Boys. I love this. I love the melody of that song, by the way.
Me too. I do, and the music video I just love.
Yeah, I love the music video too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get back. I think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. So Lost and Lost Boys chapter of your life. So the Lost Boys is still like Peter Pan's gang of orphaned kids and all that. So he's still like lost. This is like saying he's still there in that refusing to actually grow up.
I could relate to this. I've told you something about how this person just never, I mean, they could grow up in other aspects of their life, but in maybe their social circle, they just hardly ever grow up. You kind of still see them around kids.
Yeah.
No matter how old they are, you still see them around teenagers and early 20s people. Like people so that the age gap is so whatever. And you're like, I've known you to be this then until now. You're still this.
Oh my god.
Like you're still father of teenagers and young people and all that. And I'm like, please grow up. Please grow up and change your circle. And you get what I mean? Like, just start behaving like an adult that you are and not being lost to this, whatever. Where, like you said, Peter is the leader of the Lost Boys. In his case, he will tell you, he's helping them with. I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's some people there's just some people like that they just never outgrow certain things.
Yeah. That's actually a little heartbreaking for that part.
Yeah, and then you say, "Forgive me, Peter. Please know that I tried." Yeah, there's always that thing of like, did I? Am I that kind of? You ever feel like you feel like you always feel like, what, did I move on too soon? Even if you waited for long, you still always feel like, did I move on too soon? So
Yeah.
forgive me that you please know that I tried. Like no matter how long you wait, you still always feel like, did I try enough? That
Yeah.
guilt,
Yeah.
that guilt, you always feel that guilt. I mean, you kind of have to be a sort of strong person to not feel
Yeah.
that guilt.
Yeah. And I think yeah, please know that I tried because I
Yeah.
mean, she's been this is her character, she's been waiting,
Mm-hmm.
and of course she's tried watching
Mm-hmm.
the fire burn, sitting by the window
Mm-hmm.
and like just waiting while
Mm-hmm.
he's lost to that chapter of his life, living and like just existing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course things always came easy. Let's
Yeah, and when the time you just decide to move on, there's always
Yeah.
that this thing of, I hope he forgives me. Yeah. This is also like being a sort of people pleaser, because I mean it's easy to just damn it and be like, oh fuck Peter, let me
Mm-hmm.
move on with my life. But there's something about having sort of personality traits that you always think about the next person
Yeah.
more than anything else. Like you don't even care that they've kept you waiting for that long. It's now,
Yeah.
oh, I hope they forgive me for actually moving
Yeah.
on.
Oh, I shared with you something about like my own experience where at a time I tried to kind of move on, and I felt guilty for even
Yeah,
trying to do
yeah,
that because of yeah.
yeah.
So
I've been there too. You feel guilty for even trying to move on. Like it's crazy. So I feel like that line is probably not for everybody. You kind of have
Mhm.
to have a sort of certain personality traits for you to feel
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. So please know
Yeah,
that I
yeah, yeah.
tried.
That's the. Forgive me, please. Please know that I try to hold on
Hold
to the
on to
days when
these.
you were
Right.
mine. Just
Yeah.
like
This is like
really,
reminiscing.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I try to
yeah.
hold on
To
to
those,
hope.
yeah, yeah. It's
Trying to
just
hold. Yeah. Just
like just
that part is really
everything, yeah,
creative.
everything was said basically.
Yeah.
You always still think about the time they were yours, and you be like, ha, what if he comes back? I hope he forgives me. You know.
Yeah. So I love that.
But the
Okay.
woman who sits by the
But the
window
window
has
has
turned
turned
out the
out the
lights.
lights. Yeah. This is Wendy.
This is basically following up with the
The
waiting and letting the lamp burn
burn. Yeah.
by the
So.
window, like you
Mhm.
explained.
Yeah. I just love that this person is here. So it just kind of like puts like
The woman who
well.
sits by the window has turned out the light. There's something about when you turn out a light, you just know that the person is
Mhm.
ready to go to bed, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Just leave that
just leave that
chapter.
chapter.
When Wendy put out the lights, she's no longer waiting for Peter because she's like just accepted that maybe Peter is never coming back again,
Maybe that's
and real life is moving ahead.
yeah. There's a line in the Taylor Swift song Cardigan that Peter losing Wendy. I knew you, Peter losing Wendy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Cardigan.
So I really love the imagery of this bridge. To be honest with you, I love it so much. I love, like, it's just like you've gotten to that point where you
Mm,
have to make that tough but bold decision of actually moving
moving on
on.
from yeah,
Like it's time, when it's time to go. Like, it just let it go,
yeah.
let it go. And then she repeats the chorus till fades. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we did this. I think we did this justice. I think, yeah, it's not a hard song to unpack. I love it so
Yeah, I
much.
love
I never had an
this.
idea. It's like it has the Peter Pan
Yeah,
allusion.
the Peter. I love that she used that Peter because it's just perfect for this story. How
Oh,
she used.
Peter.
Is it allegory? Is it allegory? I don't know the figure of speech or like to that it is, but like I love that she used the Peter Pan story as like
And there's
the.
any major thing I've learned from this is just using Peter as a metaphor for people that refuse to grow up,
Yeah,
adults that refuse to grow up,
or adults that refuse to change from
change
old
from old
habits.
habits. Yes,
Yeah,
there's that too.
and then trying to kind of like
Peter.
make people accept that.
Yeah, or trying to just, again, just again, like I say, I think part of
Mhm.
adulting means having hard conversations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And if you're a person that keeps trying to evade, you
mm-hmm,
can't be an adult trying to get into serious things with people,
yeah,
and you're trying to evade tough conversations. Then you're a Peter. You're a Peter. Like,
uh,
if you leave my life and you're coming back or whatever,
yeah,
and then you're making it look like me asking
mm,
you for us to discuss what happened is me trying to, I'm doing too much or whatever. Then
yeah,
then I'm sorry, you're not.
I love what Taylor did here because he
Yeah.
just kind of make Peter Pan is it's a children's story, it's a children's cartoon, but now it's just made it so
So
mature.
mature,
Yeah,
yeah. So
because
mature.
you can't
Because
look
when
at
you
it the
make,
same
because saying
way.
that thing of you say you're gonna come and get me, but you're 25. 25 itself is not
Mm-hmm.
even that young. You're already at 25. I mean, people get married at 25.
Yeah.
25 is already like this thing, but at that 25, you're still saying that. Then that means I'm sorry. There's probably no hope of you ever getting mature. And then at some point when I get to my 30s, at some point I might have to make peace with the fact that you might just never come around.
Yeah, yeah. Because how long can you
Because now
actually
you
date
say,
for?
you say it's like a kid's whatever, but if even she was like, you made these promises at 25. Now I'm much older.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nah. But it wasn't even, I don't even go I don't want to start over.
Because this is just gonna take longer than
Yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. Really had a good time. I love this song so much, Peter. And I'm
Yeah.
really excited we got to do it. Shout out to Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner for writing this one. And yeah, see you in our next one. And please do not forget to check out our previous episodes. And yeah, do subscribe to this channel and look out for more of the stuff that we have coming.
Bye, guys.
Ta-ta. Bye. Ah, thank God, done and dusted.